Hey everyone, it's Nico with Legacy Realty. I hope you're all doing great and I hope you're all having a great week. Today is Tuesday, which means it is Tips Tuesday. And if you haven't ever seen these videos before, the reason why I do these tips videos is so I can teach and educate you guys about what is going on in this crazy Denver market. So that way you can be the most informed buyer, seller, homeowner, or even home investor out there. And so before we kind of dive into today's topic, one thing I really just love about my job is being able to build relationships with people and being able to help others kind of be the most informed. And I love being someone who is a trusted advisor to you or whoever. Maybe you're like, hey, I have a friend who needs help buying a home or needs help selling a home. I always love being a trusted advisor to that person because the fact is that these real estate transactions are sometimes the biggest transactions you may ever go through. And you need someone who you can trust, who will make the process easy. And that is my whole job. That is my mission, is to make this whole process as easy and as smooth as possible. And so if you're ever thinking, man, I have questions, if you're ever thinking, what does it take to buy a home? What does it take to sell a home? What do I do with this crazy market? Can I buy a home? If you have any of those types of questions, please feel free to reach out. I would love to chat with you. There is no question too small, and I would love to answer any questions you might have and give you the knowledge that you need to be the most informed buyer, seller, homeowner, or home investor out there. So today I want to talk about seller season. And seller season is here. And if you don't know what seller season is, just as there are sometimes good times to buy a car versus bad times to buy a car, a lot of the times if you buy a car at the end of the year, they'll actually be a little bit cheaper because they're trying to get those older models off the lot to make room for those newer models, right? So there's a good time to buy a car, and if you buy a car during the summer, it's just going to be more expensive. It's the same concept with the housing market. There are good times to buy a house where it will be a little bit less expensive or it may be less competitive versus during the summer where everyone is out of school, everyone is moving into school districts that they want to get their kids into. And so seller season is here. It's happening. It's already a crazy year. And so the one thing I actually want to say is if you or someone you know are thinking of selling your home and your goal is to get like top dollar for your sale, now is the time to sell, or now is the time to be preparing your home for a sale. The May, June, and July, these are the months you have the best chance to get the top dollar for your sale. As we enter into the summer months, this is when everyone, like I said, is moving. And in a normal market, you will usually be able to sell your home for about $15,000 to $20,000 more on average than during these May, June, July than you would in October, November, or December. In January of 2022, the average home sale price was $667,000 in January of 2022. So let's compare that to last month. Last month, the average home sale price was $750,000. That's almost a $100,000 increase. So if you're in the market to sell, now's the time to sell because you can capitalize on that. So things you want to do to get your home ready for a sale. You want to update and depersonalize your home. Get some fresh paint on those walls. Get a new carpet. Replace burnt out light bulbs. Maybe update some of the light fixtures in your home and deep clean the house. Another thing you want to do is increase the curb appeal. Add some fresh paint to the door. Pressure wash your driveway. Add some flowers to your house. You want to attract buyers. And then if you do decide to update a room, and you're on a budget, stick with one room. Don't update one thing in each room, as it may only actually highlight how outdated everything else looks. I was showing a home once where the marble, there was a kitchen and the kitchen counters were marble, but everything else was outdated. And then you go into the bathrooms and the bathroom counters are marble, but everything else is outdated. And I would have told that seller to just focus on one room. And focus on updating just the kitchen, maybe, instead of spending money on different spaces in the home. So those are a few things you can get your home ready for a sale. A word of advice: if you are thinking of selling, have a plan, because if you're going to sell and then buy, have a plan, because it's already been a tough buyer's market. So the next step would be then to getting you pre-qualified. The first step would be getting you pre-qualified, seeing what you can afford, and then finding a home first if you can before you list your home. And then you really don't want to enter into this buyer's market without a plan. So buyers, a word of advice for you: be strategic and be patient, because buying a home during the summer months, as we saw last year, was already crazy. It's super competitive. These are the months where you're gonna have a really tough time finding a home, and you're gonna be competing with a lot of people. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy a home right now. It just means that you have to be patient and you have to be strategic. And it will cost you a little more to buy a home than it will in the winter months, in October, November, and December. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. Seller season is here. If you're thinking of buying a home during this time, it's never a bad time to buy a home, but you just have to be smart about it. So if you have questions, reach out to me. Let's figure out what it is that you need to do to buy a home, or maybe you need to wait until October when it's buyer season. You'll have less competition. And sellers, if you're thinking of selling your home, or if you're thinking of getting your home ready for a sale, or you have questions about how to actually raise the value in your home to get it ready for a sale, reach out to me. I would love to talk with you, and I would love to advise you on any questions that you may have. Until next week, I hope you all have a great week.